After winning more than 40 titles, revolutionizing the playing style of three giant clubs, and rightfully becoming one of the most successful managers in history, Pep Guardiola has said enough. He has announced that he needs to stop. But to understand why the most brilliant mind in modern football has decided to leave Manchester City, confessing he has simply run out of energy, we cannot just look at the present. We have to go back in time to a place where absolutely no one imagined this boy would change football forever. Let's travel deep into La Masia. In the late 80s, Pep wasn't the fastest player, nor the strongest, nor the highest jumper. He was a skinny kid who collected balls on the sidelines of Camp Nou, staring at his idols with wide eyes. But what he lacked in muscle, he made up for in vision. That ability to read the game a second before anyone else caught the attention of a man who would change his destiny, Johan Cruyff. In 1990, at just 19 years old, he received the opportunity that changed his life. Cruyff promoted him to the first team. But Cruyff saw something others couldn't. He saw a player capable of thinking about football differently. And time would prove him right. Guardiola quickly became a key figure in Barcelona's famous Dream Team, a team that would dominate Spain and change the club's history forever. Between 1991 and 1994, Barcelona won 4 consecutive league titles. Then came Wembley, May 20th, 1992. Barcelona won the first European Cup in club history. For Guardiola, it was more than a trophy. It was a masterclass. Without realizing it, he was already studying, already learning, already preparing for a future that nobody could yet see. And the lessons he learned during those years would eventually help him reshape football itself. But before becoming a revolutionary manager, the student of Johan Cruyff still had much more to learn. By the late 1990s, Pep Guardiola was no longer a prospect. He was one of Barcelona's leaders. The captain, the organizer, the player responsible for connecting defense and attack. After more than a decade with the club, change was coming. In 2001, Guardiola decided to leave Barcelona. He had played over 380 official matches, won 6 league titles, won a European Cup, and helped shape one of the most important eras in the club's history. For many players, that would have been the perfect ending. But Guardiola was still curious. He still wanted to learn. He still wanted to understand football from different perspectives. First came Italy, Brescia, then Roma. The experience wasn't filled with trophies, but it gave him something far more valuable, a completely different understanding of football. In Spain, he had grown up with Cruyff's philosophy. In Italy, he discovered a culture obsessed with tactical organization and defensive discipline, lessons that would later appear in his own teams. Then came Qatar. In 2003, Guardiola joined Al Ahly. Many assumed it was simply the final stage of a veteran player's career, but Guardiola was doing something else. He was collecting knowledge, studying, observing, building a football library inside his mind. Those who worked with him during those years often described the same thing. He analyzed matches constantly, discussed tactics endlessly, took notes, asked questions. It was as if he was already preparing for a future on the sidelines. Then came one final stop. Mexico, Dorados de Sinaloa. There he worked under Juan Manuel Lillo, a coach Guardiola would later describe as one of the greatest influences on his football thinking. Their tactical discussions left a lasting mark. He was finally given his own team. The answer was coming. And when it arrived, football would never be the same again. In the summer of 2008, Barcelona was hurting. Just 2 years earlier, they had been considered the best team in the world. Ronaldinho was football's biggest superstar. Lionel Messi was emerging. But behind the scenes, things were falling apart. Discipline was fading, results were declining, and it felt like an era had come to an end. Then Barcelona made a shocking decision. They hired a 37-year-old coach with almost no top-level experience. Pep Guardiola. He had never coached in La Liga, never coached in the Champions League, never managed world-class stars. His only experience was with Barcelona B. Many believed it was a mistake. Others called it desperation. But Guardiola immediately began making bold decisions. Ronaldinho left. Deco left. Several key players departed. Guardiola believed the team needed a new culture, a new mentality, a new leader. That leader would be Lionel Messi. At the time, Messi was only 21 years old. He was not yet considered the greatest player in the world. But Guardiola saw something special. He built the team around him. Ironically, Guardiola's first official league match ended in defeat. Barcelona lost to Numancia. Critics attacked immediately. Many questioned whether he was ready. But slowly, something extraordinary began to emerge. High pressing, possession football, immediate ball recovery, constant movement, intelligent positioning. Barcelona wasn't just winning, they were suffocating opponents. The results followed. La Liga, Copa del Rey, Champions League. In the final, Barcelona faced Sir Alex Ferguson's Manchester United, the defending European champions, led by Cristiano Ronaldo, Wayne Rooney, Ryan Giggs, and several world-class stars. Yet Barcelona completely controlled the match. They won 2-0 in Rome. And Guardiola achieved something historic. In his very first season as manager, he delivered the first treble in Spanish football history. But this was only the beginning, because Guardiola wasn't simply building a great team, he was building a football machine. The 2008 to 2009 season had already ended with Barcelona winning the first treble in Spanish football history. However, Guardiola still had 3 more competitions to play before the year was over. On August 23, 2009, Barcelona defeated Athletic Club 3-0 in the second leg of the Spanish Super Cup. Combined with their 2-1 victory in the first leg, Guardiola secured his 4th title as Barcelona manager with a 5-1 aggregate win. 5 days later, on August 28, 2009, Barcelona defeated Shakhtar Donetsk 1-0 in Monaco to win the UEFA Super Cup. With those victories, Guardiola had already collected 5 official trophies in just 15 months as first-team manager. The final opportunity to make history came in December. On December 19, 2009, Barcelona defeated Estudiantes de La Plata 2-1 in the FIFA Club World Cup final in Abu Dhabi. The victory made Barcelona the first club in football history to win 6 official trophies in a single calendar year. The 6 trophies were Copa del Rey, May 13, 2009, La Liga, May 23, 2009, UEFA Champions League, May 27, 2009, Spanish Super Cup, August 23, 2009, UEFA Super Cup, August 28, 2009, FIFA Club World Cup, December 19, 2009. At just 38 years old, Guardiola had already achieved something unprecedented. But the true impact of Barcelona's success went far beyond trophies. Barcelona was no longer simply winning matches. It was influencing how football was being played around the world. Yet Guardiola had not reached the peak of his career because between 2010 and 2011, he would build a team that many players, coaches, and football historians still consider the greatest football team ever assembled. The 2010-11 season quickly became one of the most dominant campaigns of Guardiola's career. On November 29, 2010, Barcelona defeated Real Madrid 5-0 at Camp Nou. The match was one of the most famous clásicos in football history, and it was also José Mourinho's heaviest defeat as Real Madrid manager. Barcelona finished the 2010-11 La Liga season with 96 points, 30 wins, 6 draws, 2 losses, 95 goals scored, 21 goals conceded. The club won its 3rd consecutive league title under Guardiola. The road to the Champions League final was equally impressive. Barcelona eliminated Arsenal in the round of 16. They defeated Shakhtar Donetsk in the quarterfinals. Then came a Champions League semi-final against Real Madrid. The tie attracted worldwide attention. Featured Guardiola against Mourinho. Barcelona advanced to the final with a 3-1 aggregate victory. On May 28, 2011, Barcelona faced Manchester United at Wembley Stadium, the same stadium where Barcelona had won its first European Cup in 1992. Barcelona won 3-1. The victory gave Guardiola his 2nd UEFA Champions League title as manager. The 2011-12 season began with another trophy for Guardiola. On August 26, 2011, Barcelona defeated FC Porto 2-0 to win the UEFA Super Cup. On December 17, 2011, Barcelona defeated Santos 4-0 in the FIFA Club World Cup final in Japan. It was Guardiola's 2nd FIFA Club World Cup title as manager. Barcelona finished 2nd in La Liga with 91 points. Real Madrid won the league with 100 points, setting a new Spanish football record. In the UEFA Champions League, Barcelona reached the semifinals. Their opponent was Chelsea. After losing 1-0 in London and drawing 2-2 at Camp Nou, Barcelona were eliminated 3-2 on aggregate. It was one of the most surprising eliminations of the Guardiola era. Guardiola's final trophy with Barcelona came on May 25, 2012. Barcelona defeated Athletic Club 3-0 in the Copa del Rey final. It was Guardiola's 14th trophy as first-team manager. However, before that final, he had already made his decision. On April 27, 2012, Guardiola officially announced that he would leave Barcelona at the end of the season. After 4 years as manager, he had achieved 14 trophies, 19 finals reached, approximately 72% win rate, 247 matches managed, 179 victories. Between 2008 and 2012, Barcelona won 3 La Liga titles, 2 UEFA Champions League titles, 2 Copa del Rey titles, 3 Spanish Super Cups, 2 UEFA Super Cups, 2 FIFA Club World Cups. At just 41 years old, Guardiola decided to step away. It was not a dismissal. It was not a sporting failure. It was not a lack of success. He simply needed a break from football. It was the first major pause of his career, but it would not be the last. Because after 1 year away from the sidelines, one of the most powerful clubs in world football was preparing an offer that would bring him back to the game. On January 16, 2013, Bayern Munich officially announced Pep Guardiola as their next manager. He would replace Jupp Heynckes at the end of the season. The challenge was unique. Bayern had just completed one of the greatest seasons in club history. During the 2012-13 campaign, Bayern won Bundesliga, DFB Pokal, UEFA Champions League. The club had completed the first treble in German football history. Guardiola officially took charge on July 1, 2013. His first season produced immediate results. On March 25, 2014, Bayern secured the Bundesliga title with 7 matches remaining. It was the earliest league title victory in Bundesliga history at that time. Bayern finished the league season with 90 points, 29 wins, 3 draws, 2 losses, 94 goals scored, 23 goals conceded. On May 17, 2014, Bayern defeated Borussia Dortmund 2-0 after extra time to win the DFB Pokal. Guardiola completed a domestic double in his first season. During the 2014-15 season, Bayern won another Bundesliga title. The club finished with 79 points, 80 goals scored, best defensive record in the league. During the 2015-16 season, Bayern won a third consecutive Bundesliga title under Guardiola. On May 21, 2016, Bayern defeated Borussia Dortmund on penalties to win another DFB Pokal. By the end of his Bayern career, Guardiola had won 3 Bundesliga titles, 2 DFB Pokal titles, 1 UEFA Super Cup, 1 FIFA Club World Cup, a total of 7 major trophies in 3 seasons. His Bayern teams played 161 matches, 124 victories, 19 draws, 18 defeats, win percentage 77.2%. At the time, it was the highest win percentage of Guardiola's managerial career. However, one objective remained unfinished. In all 3 seasons, Bayern reached the Champions League semifinals. 2014, eliminated by Real Madrid. 2015, eliminated by Barcelona. 2016, eliminated by Atletico Madrid. Despite dominating German football, Guardiola never won the Champions League with Bayern Munich. For many critics, that became the biggest question of his career. Could Guardiola still conquer Europe away from Barcelona? The answer would come in England, because in 2016, Manchester City officially announced the most ambitious project in the club's history. On February 1, 2016, Manchester City officially announced Pep Guardiola as their next manager for the 2016-17 season. Guardiola replaced Manuel Pellegrini. His first season was challenging. Manchester City finished 3rd in the Premier League. 78 points. No major trophies. It was the first time since 2008 that Guardiola had completed a season without winning a major title. The response came quickly. During the summer of 2017, Manchester City invested more than £240 million in new signings. Among them were Kyle Walker, Ederson, Bernardo Silva, Benjamin Mendy, Danilo. The investment produced immediate results. 2017-18 season, Premier League champions, 100 points, 32 wins, 106 goals scored. During the 2018-19 season, City retained the Premier League title. They finished with 98 points, 95 goals scored. The club also won FA Cup, EFL Cup. Manchester City became the first English club to win the 3 major domestic trophies in a single season. However, the UEFA Champions League remained elusive. 2018, eliminated by Liverpool in the quarterfinals. 2019, eliminated by Tottenham Hotspur in the quarterfinals. But he still had not conquered Europe again. The pressure would only increase in the years that followed, because Manchester City's ultimate objective was never the Premier League, it was the UEFA Champions League. During the 2019-20 season, Manchester City finished 2nd in the Premier League, 81 points, 102 goals scored. In the UEFA Champions League, City once again reached the quarterfinals. Their opponent was Olympique Lyon. On August 15, 2020, Manchester City suffered a surprising 3-1 defeat. Once again, Guardiola's team was eliminated in the quarterfinals. During the 2020-21 season, Manchester City won Premier League, EFL Cup. They finished the league with 86 points, 83 goals scored. In Europe, Guardiola finally guided Manchester City to their first UEFA Champions League final. The final took place on May 29, 2021. The opponent was Chelsea. Manchester City lost 1-0. Guardiola was once again denied. The Champions League remained out of reach, but City were getting closer. During the 2021-22 season, Manchester City won another Premier League title. They finished with 93 points, 99 goals scored. It was Guardiola's 4th Premier League title in 5 seasons. In the UEFA Champions League, City reached the semi-finals. Their opponent was Real Madrid. After winning the first leg 4-3, City appeared to be heading to the final. But everything changed in the closing minutes of the second leg. Real Madrid scored twice in stoppage time. Karim Benzema added another goal in extra time. Manchester City were eliminated 6-5 on aggregate. It was one of the most dramatic collapses of Guardiola's career. Once again, the Champions League slipped away. But the ultimate breakthrough was now only 1 year away. During the 2022-23 season, Manchester City assembled one of the strongest squads in Europe. A new signing arrived, Erling Haaland. Manchester City won Premier League, FA Cup, UEFA Champions League. In the Champions League semi-finals, City faced Real Madrid once again. First leg, 1-1 in Madrid. Second leg, Manchester City 4-0 Real Madrid. Aggregate 5-1. For the first time, Guardiola's City had eliminated Real Madrid. The Champions League final took place on June 10, 2023. Opponent, Inter Milan. Manchester City won 1-0. After 7 years in Manchester, Guardiola finally won the UEFA Champions League. Manchester City completed the treble: Premier League, FA Cup, UEFA Champions League. Only the second English club in history to achieve it. The wait was over. The success continued. In 2023, Manchester City also won UEFA Super Cup, FIFA Club World Cup. During the 2023-24 season, City won another Premier League title. It was Guardiola's 6th Premier League title, and Manchester City became the first club in English football history to win 4 consecutive Premier League titles. By this point, Guardiola had won league titles in Spain, Germany, England, multiple domestic cups, multiple Champions League titles, and a historic treble. Throughout his managerial career, Guardiola accumulated more than 1,100 matches managed, more than 800 victories, over 35 major trophies, one of the highest win percentages in football history. Yet despite all the success, Guardiola recently admitted something important. One day, he plans to step away from football, not because of failure, not because of pressure, but because after decades of constant competition, he knows that even the greatest managers eventually need to rest. From the dream team of Cruyff, to Barcelona, to Bayern Munich, to Manchester City, Pep Guardiola changed modern football forever. And regardless of what comes next, his legacy is already complete. Pep Guardiola didn't just build teams, he built a legacy. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more football stories and legends. See you next time.